Yo guys, so month 1 of deployment is over for me. Let me give you guys the full breakdown, everything that happened. Just go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Let's get right into it.
We celebrate like it's her birthday. You know I love you in a worst way. She not drinking cause she thirsty. It's a party, bring the champagne. All
right, so first things first, before we talk about the actual deployment, let's talk about what happens pre-deployment, right? So usually, if you're lucky, your carrier or your ship will get like a period called a POM period. And pretty much that's like up to 2 weeks of where you get to go home, fly home, or just, put in leave and have some time off, right? So I took POM 1 after a very long underway, getting us, underway training, things like that. And I flew home to Texas. It's absolutely fantastic. Then I came back and I worked for about 2 weeks. But during POM, it's like honestly like pretty chill. Half the ship isn't here. So it's like, you're standing duty more days than you would, but your work is a lot less. And so we were getting off at like 11 every day in my shop. And that was like sick as heck. After that, we had about a day of everybody just kind of working and getting everything ready before we go. And then we ended up leaving. Our CO was really cool about like, having our Liberty expiration at 07 in the morning instead of, it usually being at 10 o'clock at night before. And that was really, really cool. I ended up sleeping on the ship because if you're a junior sailor, E1 through E4 in most cases, before you deploy, you're going to lose your barracks room. So during that whole POM period I just described, I didn't have my barracks room. And so I was living on the ship. So we kind of just had to move everything on board. And then the things I couldn't fit, I had to get rid of, or some people put it in storage, But that is something that you guys need to know before you deploy. You're going to lose your barracks room. Once we left, like one of the things that really surprised me is deployment is a lot more chill than workups. So workups is like the getting everything ready for the ship to deploy. And that was like super stressful. I mean, we were going underway like every week, and then we had this month-long underway called Com2X, and pretty much the ship is going through every battle scenario, in a month's time. And so that was like super stressful. We were doing general quarters like every day, which is like, just constant training every single day. And so whenever we actually deployed, it was really nice because like, yeah, we had to be at work and we had to do like our normal routine things, but at the end of the day, like it was still pretty chill. And it's still pretty chill, honestly. Like I'm 1 month into it. We're kind of just working and just, hanging out. Every now and then you're gonna have a busy day. It starts to pick up after a while because, things like that. But one of the things I really like about deployment compared to, being in workups, in PIA, it wasn't as bad. PIA is like the maintenance phase of the ship. But in workups, it was kind of really hard to like focus on quals and stuff because you're doing all types of different trainings. And if it's not applying to your battle orders, it's kind of like hard. But, on deployment, like you got a lot more time to get qualified. So I definitely recommend, getting qualifications. I really am not like a huge fan of the Navy, but man, getting qualifications, it just feels really good, and people treat you better once you get more qualifications. So definitely get your qualifications because that will like help you a lot. One of the bigger things that's like helped me with, being on deployment and things like that is kind of establishing a mindset before I left. So, pretty much I just decided I'm just going to make the most out of every day. Like I didn't really want to deploy. I didn't really want to, do the whole military thing. I've kind of just been a little bit like, I don't really know if this is for me. But one of the things that's helped me a lot is just being like, man, I'm just going to make like the most of, every day and just try to have as much fun as I can. And that's easier said than done, right? Because you're on an aircraft carrier and, there's a lot of different people and, sometimes misery loves company. So people are going to try to be miserable and bring you into it. And then, things like that. But one of the things that's really helped me is just kind of getting some hobbies. So like I started drawing and, making art. I bought some art supplies before. I used to be really big into like art competitions and things like that whenever I was in high school. So it was kind of really natural for me to kind of like pick that up. But I would say like, get some workout clothes, you know, try to like start working out whenever you get on deployment. The biggest thing is just like trying to find a routine and then just sticking to that. Because once you kind of get in the groove of things, it's very easy to just kind of coast and turn your brain off. The harder thing about deployment is really just the communication with my friends and family. Right now we're like 15 hours ahead of, you know, everybody back home. So, you know, my family lives in Texas, and right now I'm in Taman, Guam, right? And so, like, it's the next day for me, but when I go to bed, they're waking up and vice versa. So the time difference is a little bit difficult, but luckily the carrier has Wi-Fi, and most Navy ships are starting to get Wi-Fi, so, you know, you get to call home. Calling home is pretty important. I say, you know, keep in touch with your folks as best as you can. I got like a little girlfriend back home, so, you know, one of the things that I like to do is just like send her things like flowers and stuff. It's kind of cringy, but, you know, it's something that I like to do, and it kind of keeps me connected to that relationship. And then, you know, same thing with family, just calling home, talking to them, sending pictures. I got like a bigger family, so like one of the things I like to do is just kind of post on Facebook and just be like, oh, like, this is what I'm doing, like, this is how life is, you know. I like to take pictures of my food and like document my food and just see, like, you know, like the Navy chow experience. It's not that great, but yeah, man, you just gotta have like little hobbies and try not to get in your feels too much, because if you start thinking about, you know, the stuff that you can't control outside of deployment, outside like the ship, you're gonna kind of go crazy. I mean, so it's kind of like one of those things where it's just like, bro, like, you just got to get through it, keep your mind strong and your heart strong and your spirit strong, and you're gonna be fine. It is kind of fun being on deployment because, like, you know, you're going on an adventure, right? You never know where you're gonna end up. I mean, they're gonna give you, you know, list of ports. They give us like literally like a list of ports everywhere we're gonna go, right? And then they're like, oh yeah, never mind, we're going to the Middle East, so we probably won't hit any more ports for like at least 2-3 months. And our deployment was originally scheduled to be like 6 months, but it could be longer now. Hopefully it's not, but, you know, you never know. This video is gonna come out after deployment anyways, so it's not like I'm gonna really be exposing anything, but it's just like, you know, you gotta just kind of just trust the process and just see what happens. You can't control anything, so there's no point in reacting emotionally to really any announcements or, you know, anything bad that happens. The more you react, like, the less it's just gonna affect everything else. Like, you still have to go do it, but it's just gonna affect you, bro. Like, you're gonna start feeling depressed or whatever, and it's just like, just let the time pass. Eventually you're gonna get to leave and get off deployment, and so it's just like, you just got to make the most out of your time while you're here and just let it pass until you can get back and go back to your life. I can't wait to get back to my life, man, but, you know, I gotta be here, so I gotta make the most out of it, man. You can't just let the time do you. You gotta do the time, you know. But I'm gonna keeping you guys updated. This is like a new like little series I want to do, you know, because this is my first deployment, and so I think it'll be important to kind of document just kind of how I'm doing and the way I'm thinking. But I've honestly been doing really good. I'm really thankful for like my support system back home, you know, checking in on me and things like that. And obviously you guys motivate the crap out of me, you know, looking at these comments even while I'm underway. I'm like, man, like, we really got something going on with this YouTube channel. You know, I look at the views and I look at the interaction. I'm just so grateful, you know, especially, you know, because I do music too. So, you know, on that side of things are going great. Also, things have just always been going great with this YouTube channel, and it's so amazing that I've been able to kind of document like my whole career. You know, I have videos that go back to before I even joined the Navy, and now I'm on my first deployment after 2 years. I'm like almost halfway through my contract, man. Man, like, this is the longest part because, like, you know, you're at the beginning and then you're at the middle and then you're at the end. And right now I'm at the middle. Just got to keep pushing along. I'll make, you know, 3rd class petty officer by the end of this thing. I would have made it sooner, but they changed the rules. I was about to pick it up like this month, and then which is August 2024. At the time of me making this video, but the new policy started in July of 2024, so I kind of got fucked. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna keep making videos and just kind of just let you guys into this whole deployment. I'm really glad that you guys are joining me on this journey. So you know, till the next one, peace.